Namaste, my beautiful collective. This is Soul Nirvana Spirituality, and I am doing a reading for January 2024, but it's always timeless when you look at it. And I want to thank all of you. It's been almost 4 years since I started this on YouTube, and I've have such unbelievable support and great viewers um, that I just can't. I just thinking about that it's already been 4 years almost. I want to send all of you love and I wish you the happiest and healthiest and most peaceful 2024 that the universe can bring into you, that God can bring into you. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for everybody that watches. The other thing I want to say is I like to watch different readings. This is the tarot community is pretty good, and there's a lot of wonderful, gifted readers, both young and old. And I've noticed in a couple of readings I've watched over the past 3 or 4 days, and a couple of readers stating that they've gotten a lot of negative comments, or comments that just aren't necessary. Most of the majority of tarot readers on here are very good and they're gifted, and the ones that maybe not so much, they're still trying to do something for the greater good. And nobody should be, constructive criticism. Say if the music is too loud, or they can't see a card, or they didn't understand something, is one thing. But I just don't think that it's good to bash tarot readers. I've never had really that problem other than a little bit of constructive criticism. But it just breaks my heart that, this is time consuming. This takes a lot of work and a lot of energy to put out these videos. So I just ask that anybody that, listens to my message, just next time you're watching a reading that's free on YouTube, be kind. Because none of us are, maybe there's a few that are becoming millionaires off of YouTube, but most of the tarot community, it's a certain niche. And, it is what it is, but there's a couple of readers that I've been watching for years, and there's a couple of new ones. And we're all trying our best in life. We're all here to walk each other home and not be nasty when somebody's providing a free reading or a free service to you out of the goodness of their heart, because they're doing something they love. So just remember that, and always be kind. And all right, I'm done with my lecture here, and we have 3 piles for you. So we have the first pile here, which is the rose quartz. We have the witch's stone, which is pile number 2. And then we have the Lemurian quartz crystal, which is pile number 3. If you'd like to take a deep breath with me now and focus on the deck that you resonate with the most, we will be back with pile number 1, or the rose quartz. Namaste. So if you chose the rose quartz crystal, pile number 1, this is going to be a reading for January, or whenever you see this. And we're going to start with the tarot. I have a bunch of oracle and message cards, and we'll do some charms at the end for you. But we'll try to keep it so this isn't hours and hours long. All right, so first card we have is the 5 of Swords. Competition, some arguing, maybe disagreements in the past year. With this Page of Cups possibly in reverse. Somebody with a very immature energy. Could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. Doesn't have to be. The water is falling out of their cup because they're being immature, maybe frivolous, maybe fickle in some way, or causing problems with you somehow in your life. And as we go from the past to the future, which is kind of like now, we have the Queen of Swords. This could be you, or somebody that you know that's speaking the truth in this. Queen of Swords is a very truthful in the upright position. typically air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Again, doesn't have to be. Cutting with their sword of truth into the situation. This could, like I said, this could be you or somebody that you know that's trying to help you in the situation, whatever it may be. And then we have the Four of Cups. So I feel like you're not seeing something that's being offered to you emotionally, some kind of support or love. So you see how he has the Three of Cups down here, and he's just got his arms folded and he's being kind of obstinate. But this cup is being shown to him, like, here, there's a cup of love, there's a cup of support for you. But again, he's looking the other way and he's kind of being stubborn. And then we have the Magician. So you're coming into your power, but you might not realize the support. Maybe it's from this Queen of Swords if that's not you. You don't realize you have the support and love here. But once you do in the future here, going into the future, you have this Magician card, which is power, creative new beginnings, creation. Something very extremely powerful is going to happen in January. And then we have the Seven of Swords. So you're still going to have to be wary of somebody that might try to take something from you that doesn't belong to you. It could be energy, it could be material goods, it could be emotions, it could be a partner. Somebody's trying to steal something or they're planning to do you dirty somehow. So just be aware. But I feel like if you're in this Magician energy, you're going to be aware of it. And then the final card is Strength. So whatever this was that caused you this fighting and this betrayal, you've had the strength, or you will, if you're not out of it completely, you're going to have the strength to overcome the situation in January. And as far as timing, we have the number 8 and 7 and 8 is 15, 1 and 5 is 6. So it could be January 6th. It could be 6 hours, 6 days, 6 weeks. I get like around January 6th with this. And Mercury will be going direct on January 3rd. It will still be stationary, but I feel like things are going to start to get moving. So I'm going to say around January 6th, or whenever you see this, 6 hours, 6 days, 6 weeks. Okay, so we're going to start with we got a couple of oracle cards for you. I love this one. This is the Shaman's Dream Oracle. And the first card we have is Closing a Door, Completion, number 5. So I think you're closing the door on this situation from the past here because of your strength and your power. You've just held to whatever, excuse me, I have to have a sip of my water. You've held to whatever values or boundaries that you've put up, even though you still have to be a little concerned about this. This could also be this person from the past trying to come back and take something else from you, or fool you in some way. But you're closing the door to this. You're completing a cycle here as well. And then we have Beloved, Radical Acceptance. So whatever this is that you've gone through, you've accepted what's happened. You've moved on from the situation, but it was difficult to accept, to swallow, and to go through and endure. But you did it. So you've completed that cycle. And good for you. Like you're closing the year out with a fresh outlook and a fresh start because you've completed this. And then the third Shaman Dream Oracle is Dragon's Hoard, Protecting the Future. So by everything that you've done in this reading, by protecting yourself, either by speaking the truth, by, coming into your power in the very close future here and having the strength, you've done what you had to do to protect your future. And the numbers 5, 2, and 12 could be significant in some way. So then we have the spirit animal, which is 54, could be significant. The skunk spirit, know your worth. And I think that you are finding that out. You are discovering your worth. You are loving yourself to protect yourself, your emotional, material, and spiritual and physical being. That you're not going to be betrayed and deceived constantly, or whatever happened in the past. You're not going to allow that again. And then we have the Moonology card. Have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent moon. And you should, because with the Magician card, that's a very creative energy. And I feel like you're really strong about wanting to manifest something or wanting to create something in your future that's going to give you long-lasting results. And then we have Earth Magic, which is love, compassion. And I honestly feel like this is you, and you've been very, I don't know what this is. It's a piece of plastic. Earth Magic, compassion. So you've used compassion in the situation in whatever way that you had to. So I have a couple of message cards. I didn't do all the angel oracle cards tonight, but I do have the angel answers for the end, for the final word on your question. But we're going to do these message cards while I'm doing them. Think of what you want for your final answer. Think of what you're looking for, and we'll put the energy into this card. So the messages: karmic partner. This could have been a karmic partner that was very immature that you were dealing with. Doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It could be, a friend, a family member, a business partner, a colleague. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be romantic. And then we have the letter D. Oop. The letter N. Some kind of a secret, and a short trip is coming this month. So those are the message cards I have for you. And then the final card, the answer is to remain positive. And I feel like you've been pretty positive through this whole situation. So let's go ahead and get you some charms. Let's shake the box a little bit here. I don't know if that's thread or my dog's hair here, but something's stuck in there. Okay, so we have 2 rings. So this could be marriage. This could be some kind of a commitment situation. I want to pick like 2 more here. I feel like I need to. Well, there's 1 more. Something needs to be fixed with this wrench or pliers. They're pliers. Somebody may have a dog, or you're going to get a dog, or you love animals. And maybe because of this, you're going to be hooked into something. You like fishing, or something hooked you in the past. But something needs to be fixed. It will be. The dog to me is loyalty. So whatever this is, there's some level of loyalty here with this. So that is your reading pile number 1 for January, or whenever you see this, of 2024. Sending love and blessings to you all. Namaste. So if you chose pile number 2, which is the Witch's Stone, this is going to be your reading for the month of January 2024, or whenever you see this. It's timeless. So we're going to start off with the tarot. We have some oracle cards for you. First card is the Ten of Wands. That's carrying a heavy load, and maybe being overwhelmed with something and not knowing how to move out of the situation of this overwhelmment, this heavy load, not knowing how to get out of it in the past. This is past energy. This could be anything. Working too much, being exhausted, burnt out because of the holidays, having to carry the entire load financially, maybe in a family or another situation, or just having to be like a primary caregiver and just not getting any help and not knowing how to move because you're exhausted. And that's what I get from that energy. Then we have the King of Pentacles. This is typically Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Somebody that's usually wealthy or owns a business, and very generous. So somebody may have helped you recently. This could be a dad or it could be a romantic partner that's at least maybe try to help you financially with this burden. Or somebody's been generous with you in some way. This is coming into the future, but we're already kind of here. This is like before. It's not present. This is something that's already happened, is what I'm trying to say. And then we have Six of Swords. So right now, whatever you went through, you're at peace. This is a passage away from difficulty with the Six of Swords. It's moving away into calmer waters. So things are settling down finally for you with whatever the situation was. And you might be to yourself with the Hermit card, but you're trying to see the light in the situation. And I think that, this is also a present card. I feel like this is like present going into the future, that you will finally see the light in this situation. And then we have the Ten of Cups. So this is the happiest, as far as the minor arcana. Ten of Cups is happy, emotional life, happy family. So things are going to work out with you with whatever this was. You're going to be happy again because you're starting to see the light. Or, with the help you got, it made you were able to see the light and not feel so overwhelmed. And yeah, because you're either the Empress or, take it how it resonates. It's all energy, male or female. You could also be expecting a baby. This is a very fertile card. But if not, if you're older or you're not having any babies, this is a very loving, she's like the Queen of Queens. Lots of love in the situation. Whoever this is like somebody that's very generous and loving. And, a mother figure, like she's the Queen of Queens. So this is, these two cards are beautiful together. So I feel like it's got to do with some kind of family life or some kind of romance that's going to bring you this extreme emotional happiness and fertility, if that's what you want, and also just abundance on all things. So with the 10 and the 3, we have 13. And I really get like 13 days. So this could be January 13th. Or 13 days from when you're seeing this reading. And the first pile, I got days too. A lot of times it's mixed up. But with both of these, I get 13 days after you see this reading that this is going to either begin or you're going to feel like you're already in this energy. So now we're going to do the Oracle cards. We have the Shaman's Dream Oracle, which is this beautiful deck I got a few weeks ago, and I've used it for one reading, I think, so far. And we have Eyes of the Eagle, rising above the prey. The fray, not prey. So you got yourself out of the situation. 18 could be significant. This overwhelmment. Somebody helped you, possibly. But you finally rose above whatever this was that you couldn't move out of. Having eagle eyes, having that discernment to do so. And then we have Cosmic Womb, the Divine Feminine, which is the Empress card. That's the Divine Feminine right there. 6 could also be significant to you. So, this could be you. You could be the Divine Feminine, the Empress. But that's exactly the energy I'm getting here. And, you were just overwhelmed. Sometimes, people think that when you're in your Empress or your Divine Feminine energy, that everything's okay. We're always learning. We're always healing every day. So you could be the most positive person in the world, and you could shit rainbows and sunshine. But things from outside interference is going to sometimes, when you have a kind and loving heart, a lot of times you get overburdened and overwhelmed by other people's things. And a lot of times it has to do with family or love or romance and trying to take on too much. So maybe you felt like you took on too much over the holidays. Could be something as simple as that. And maybe somebody helped you get out of it, or financially, and you're going to have this beautiful emotional happiness in January, in 13 days. And then we have the third one that I have is the Garden of Venus, rest and renewal. And I get that kind of with the passage away from difficulties and the Hermit. So 25 could be significant too. And it's time for you to rest, renew yourself, renew your energy, renew your soul. And then you're going to, because you do that, you're going to bring this energy in. Spirit animal deck is the Nightingale Spirit, number 41. Love is all around. I love that little nightingale. He's beautiful. She, whatever. 41 could be significant. So there is love all around you. And I don't feel like this was super negative, but I feel like maybe you were trying to help somebody out or do something out of the goodness of your heart. And you got overwhelmed and didn't know how to get out of it, or you were overburdened by the situation. Moonology. Believe in the impossible blue moon. So whatever your wishes are that you want to believe in, something's going to come true for you as far as a wish goes that way. And then we have stone people, vigilance. And again, with the eagle eye in this card, they're very similar. So I feel like you were very vigilant. You used a lot of discernment in whatever this situation was to get yourself into this energy, to move yourself into calmer waters. Maybe you had a little bit of help, but you did it. And you are going to see the light and move on again into this beautiful, beautiful energy. It's a beautiful pile, beautiful reading. So I have the Angel Answers card for the end. I have some message cards that my message cards. And I just did it a little different because I added different decks this time. So I want you to think of an answer for the end, or a question that you want answered, and we'll go through the message cards and then we'll do some charms. So we have love. Again, love. Love is all around. Good health. That's good. We always want good health. Third party situation. Maybe that's what you were, maybe that's what it was, that you couldn't, you didn't know how to move in the situation because there was a third party situation. And it doesn't have to be a romantic one. It could be, somebody in your family that was, talking in somebody's ear or talking badly. This could be somebody at work, you know what I mean? Maybe people are in competition or something. This could be just an outside influence injecting themselves into your business, basically. So that could be what that was. Be aware of that. Keep vigilant about that, or keep, use your discernment, your better judgment. Maybe there was some jealousy there and it caused you a lot of grief and you felt burdened by it. And then the letter S for your message cards. And then the final card is within the next few weeks, this will all be resolved. And I said 13 days, I think. So that would be about the next few weeks. So let's do some charms for you. Oh, these are interesting. So we have the shamrock ring here. So I feel like you're going to be lucky in a situation. We have the corn, which is like bounty, a lot of, like abundance in some way. The key, this could be the key to somebody's heart. Or when you see the light here, you're going to have the key to your future. We have a seahorse here. Somebody might like the ocean. The seahorses, I think, are always very deep too. So this may take some deep introspection, some deep thinking, some deep soul searching for you to come out of this. And the hummingbird, is this a hummingbird? What is this? Yes, it's a hummingbird. To me, is always messages, and you might get some messages from somebody that loves you. Because hummingbirds are, it's about love. And birds are messengers. So Expect that in January or whenever you see this reading. I hope you enjoyed this pile number 2. Sending you love and blessings. Have a happy new year. Namaste. So if you chose pile number 3, the Lemurian crystal, this is going to be your reading for the month of January or whenever you see this. Thank you for coming to my channel. Let's see, we're going to start with the tarot. And we have some oracle cards and some charms for the end. First card is the Two of Cups, like an offer in love. A new beginning, a beautiful beginning or a beautiful partnership created in the past. Excuse me, I have to sip my water tonight. And then we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So there was some kind of lies in the past, or somebody being untruthful in a situation. Maybe it had to do with this partnership, romantic partnership. And then we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Typically fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. In the upright, she's great. She's creative. She's fun to be around, loving. Always have fun with her. But in the reverse, it's somebody that's very envious, jealous, drama queen type of energy. Maybe she was spreading lies, or there was something that was not truthful in a situation here with this romantic partnership. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. So this is the past, this is the present coming into the, a past coming into the present that she might have interjected herself somehow. And then we have the Five of Pentacles, which is, right now you're feeling left out in the cold because of this. Because you had this beautiful partnership. You might not know what to think. Take it how it resonates. It could be different for everybody. This could be a romantic partnership that you're still in, or something that was in the past that got messed up or screwed up because of this lady. Or it doesn't have to be a lady. It's all energy. So you're feeling left out in the cold, or your partner is, and feeling destitute. Again, take it how it resonates. And then we have the Emperor, which is like, we had the Empress in the last pile. The King of Kings. So he has all the positive attributes of all the kings in the deck. So somebody's coming in. This could be this person from the past, or this could be somebody new that's going to kind of blow your socks off. They're going to have everything. They're going to be like the total package for you. You know, a 10 out of 10 in everything that you want. And then we have Justice and second major arcana in a row. And justice will be served either to this person or these deceitful lies if she didn't have anything to do with it and she was just like a tag along, or, you know, she contributed a little bit. Whatever this is going to be uncovered, and justice will be served to whoever caused this situation to happen when you felt left out in the cold. And then finally we have the Six of Pentacles. Somebody's going to come in and be generous with you. So, you know, there'll be some kind of generosity and justice at the same time. So we have 11 and 6, which is 17. 1 and 7 is 8. 8 hours, 8 days, 8 weeks. I know this is for January, but I get it could be like anywhere from January 8th to 8 weeks after that. So I've gotten a lot of days, but I do feel like this may take a little bit more time than the other ones. And if this doesn't resonate with you, maybe watch the other piles and maybe something will fit. So we're going to start with the Oracle cards. We have the Shaman's Dream Oracle, which I love. We're going to start with those. And we have Lay of the Land, Ancestral Wisdom. So something from your ancestors, maybe some kind of, I guess, standard, or how do I put it, moral that you grew up with, some kind of morals or standards, or you know, how you were raised, or it could be something in your ancestral past. You just have that wisdom, you have that understanding because of the way you're thinking. And I feel like that's going to help you and bring justice to the situation. And that's why this Emperor, even if this is future, going into the future, which is very close, they're gonna see this in you. They're gonna recognize that you just have this wisdom that's not from, maybe you're like me and you're intuitive. Maybe you're more gifted, who knows? But you have this wisdom that is going to, this person's gonna recognize. And like I said, they're gonna come in and blow your socks off, but you're gonna do the same thing to them. And then we have Fortune's Wheel. So that's like the Wheel of Fortune. Luck and right timing. So this is just, the time is now that this is going to be brought to you. Same thing with the Justice. 34 and 23 could be significant. And then finally for these, we have Skywriting, the Fates. So this is a fated event, whatever happened. You know, it could be a soul contract thing. Number 49 could also be significant to you. A spirit animal is the koala spirit. Spirit has a plan. See, it's like the fate. Spirit has a plan. This is something that was like divinely guided. Moonology. Expect powerful change. New moon eclipse. So something very powerful is coming in with the situation. And then harmony, music, is the earth magic card. So that sounds really beautiful. And then we have the angel answers. I want you to think of a question to kind of culminate this whole reading for the end, and I get some message cards, and then we'll go on to some charms. So we have romance, which we saw that, and I feel like it's going to go in with that Emperor. The letter O, although it looks kind of like a goose egg. Within 1 month, so within 1 month something is happening, January, and the unexpected. So you're not going to expect this Emperor or this Justice. I think maybe you will do after the reading, but you're not going to expect the extent of it. And then finally for your angel answer card, we have big happy changes. So that sounds beautiful. I mean, I've had some really good readings. One was a little iffy. I think that was pile number 1, but 2 and 3 have been very positive. And you know, I try to declutter a little bit, because I just wanted this clean energy. I almost was not going to do reversals, but I decided that I would just do them however they landed. But even with that, it's been a very positive reading for January, or whenever you see this. So let's get some charms. One fallout. I don't know what that is. All right, we have, this is like a $10 earring, which is like money to me, pentacles. That's what it reminds me of. If you look, I'll show you. See, it's very similar to me. And then we have this, it's like a, I don't know if it's a leaf or a spider web. I get, like, you know when a leaf, like in the fall, if you see the changes of seasons? It could be a spider web too. And I get the web we weave. That's why I'm saying that. So these lies are going to be uncovered for you. And then we have the shamrocks again. We get a shamrock ring in pile number 2. So there's going to be a lot of luck happening. And again, we get the same thing with pile number 2. Got this one too. So luck. A lot of good luck. This is a hummingbird earring. And hummingbirds represent love. I've heard that somewhere. And so I'm getting love and messages of love. There's going to be cause for celebration with this wine glass. And then we have a feather. Again, this is divinely guided, divine intervention with this whole situation here. So pile number 3, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Have a wonderful, happy, healthy, and peaceful new year. And I want to send love and blessings to you all. Thank you for coming to my channel. If you'd like to book a reading, the links to everything are in the description box below. Namaste.